Hey everybody, it's Zeidoktor here with Typical Manga Fan, and in this episode of the Typical Manga Review, we are going over Attack on Titan, Chapter 72, The Night of the Operation. And we're pretty much, after they've spoken with Keith, the former instructor, and now talking together there with Erwin, they're pretty much filling him in on what they know now. And the fact that Aaron's father was from beyond the walls.
Yeah, I think that was something that the audience already knew about, but kind of like they had to confirm it in story now with the other characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so they were talking about how it's interesting that Grisha didn't act on his knowledge until the wall was breached, and I actually asked that question myself. I'm like, okay, what was the whole point of him being there if he didn't do anything about it? Like, he was helping people, right?
Right.
But was that really what he was trying to do? What was his ultimate goal? I think we asked ourselves, like, maybe he was waiting for the other guys to attack. Maybe they was unexpected. Like, we don't know that. So
we're not sure just yet. Like, Hanji seems to be suggesting that at the very least, whatever he was planning, he didn't make himself known so that the royal family, the royal government wouldn't realize who he was.
Yeah.
So that would be one. That would explain why he went after them the moment that the wall was breached, because at that point it no longer mattered.
Yeah. But I think my question was, though, was it planned? Like, did he plan that along with? Did he wait until this moment, or was this unexpected? And he said, okay, well, since all the shit's going down, might as well do this now.
I'm inclined towards the latter, just because it doesn't seem like he planned on his wife dying, for example.
But yeah, probably. But yeah, he maybe. Yeah, it's true though. Like, it wouldn't make sense for him to plan this stuff and not have his kids or his family be like, oh, take like a long needed vacation within the walls or something,
Yeah.
But yeah. And of course, then they talk about the basement and what they need, what's needed in there. They're probably wondering. They are wondering what's in there, and
yeah.
Of course, what do you think it is?
Well, it's hard to say for sure. I think Erwin's got. Nothing specific comes to my mind, but I think Erwin's got the right idea in that it's something that he just can't actually. He couldn't say at the time, like something he had to keep hidden.
Yeah. Well, when I first watched the series, I believed that it was the formula, or at least like whatever made it. My guess is it is something related to those memories, but like maybe like why the Titans even existed in the first place or something. It's interesting that he put it. I think he maybe wrote it all down in like a notebook and says, why the Titans are around, and maybe why the walls were first built, maybe, possibly. Yeah, but I think Erwin is on the right point though. Memories are definitely somewhere in that range.
Yep. Anyway, everyone goes out to have a little celebration before the night before they do their big operation, but Levy stays behind to talk to Erwin some more, pretty much. Try and talk him out of being on the front lines in the coming operation.
I also meant that Hanj had a crush on Shadis. I didn't know that. Funny. Kind of. It's maybe that's why she was so pissed off at him, for being so not being a bit of a coward.
That would explain a lot of it in that case, because he did seem unusually hostile compared to everybody else.
Yeah, she's normally not like that. So then they talk about whether Erwin should be in the front lines or not. And how he would break his legs if he wanted to be part of the front lines, because they need. And I think Levi's correct. I think if they lose Erwin, then whatever, even if they win, shit can go down very easily. People can take advantage of the Survey Corps. Because Erwin has political power at this point.
Yeah, and it's not like he's really fit to be in combat. Cause didn't he lose an arm?
Yeah, he did. So I don't understand why Erwin. I guess Erwin wants to be there for the morale of the team. And and maybe just to enjoy the victory. I don't know. Like, it just makes no sense that Erwin wants to be there, because it's just like this. You have so much to lose. If they lose you, then they lose the guy protecting the Survey Corps from getting exploited by the other military leaders. They lose the guy who basically planned everything. I mean, Levi's a great soldier and all, but he's not the tactician compared to Erwin. Erwin's the guy you listen to. So I think.
Yeah, but pretty much like Erwin drops the pretense and says that the real reason he just wants to be there the moment they learn the truth about all this.
Yeah.
And Levy's like, that's more important to you than your legs, like me breaking your legs, more than humanity's victory.
Yeah.
And
so do you think that's a death flag? Like, do you think that's saying, because Erwin dying would put everything to shit, basically?
Not necessarily. I mean, you're right that he has a lot of political power now, but he's not like the major player in things now.
But he's the only one smart enough to really do anything about anything. Like if everything went wrong, let's just say like he died and everything went wrong. Who's the guy you look to say, okay, how do we get the Survey Corps, back to the top, or how do we get out of here? How do we handle the situation? No one. Like Levi's a great soldier, but he's not the guy I'm looking to. Hanji is. She had that newspaper thing, but I mean, ultimately everything was done by Erwin's plan. He's the planner. There's no one else I can think of.
Well, I think Hanji could probably do it if she does come into the leadership, but Erwin is the better choice.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's just from a tactical perspective, it makes it looks like everything's gonna be really really scary when it comes to Erwin's life. Like Yeah.
Meanwhile, so we go over to the tavern now, and Connie and Sasa are just like marveling over the fact that they're getting to eat meat again here.
Yeah.
In fact, Sasa's so overwhelmed she tries to eat the whole damn thing, which is gross.
I like how her eyes go up as if she's like
she's like just gone mad.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell do you think you're doing, potato girl?
So they tie her up.
They actually do tie her up.
And they ask why is she like so selfish and all that. But then they realize that she actually did offer to share once upon a time back before the Colossal Titan attacked, and then by doing so they kind of remember all the people who died, like Mina or Thomas, who
or that guy sad. Or that other person.
Yeah, the other two never really got names, so I don't really know. I think they were mentioned like once or twice, but like no one cared. Anyway, so it's been 3 months, which actually what's really funny is that the moment he said 3 months, I'm like, what? It's seriously been only 3 months?
Like in universe on there?
Yeah.
It's like they're holding with 200 chapters in a day in One Piece.
Yeah, it's been 3 months.
Or 100 chapters in a day.
Yeah. So in this chapter, it is as of now, it's been 3 months since the Colossal Titan's second attack, who we now know to be Berthold. And it's just like I kind of want it to be like 6 months. I think 6 months would have been like, okay, I get it, but 3 months is a little short for me. Because that's like I feel like that's too quick,
Yeah, I would say probably I would have believed at least 4 on there, but at the same time it's 4 months since they graduated their academy, I think is what it is, or 4 months since that first battle that they fought, or 3 months rather.
It's 3 months since the first battle, but it's still a little But anyway, so I think they talk about the tactics, about with in handling the situation, and then John and Aaron get into a stupid fight. Whatever.
Yeah, like it's kind of funny though. At one point, at one point it's clear that they kind of want to stop, but like they've kind of pushed themselves too far, so they can't stop even if they wanted to. Like, because there's this look on their face out when they're doing it on here. It's like, come on, isn't somebody gonna stop us? Come on, I mean, pull us apart here, guys. It's like that's actually what Aaron's thinking. Like, why is anyone trying to stop us? Like.
Yeah, and and of course freaking John mentioned Mikasa. I swear to God, I really hope they're not going to make this anymore. I hope it's just like a stupid crush that goes away. Because I swear to God, if there's a freaking epilogue story and it's like Mikasa and John having a baby, I swear to God, I will break this manga. Yeah. It's just so stupid. Like they don't have any chemistry. Mikasa clearly doesn't give a shit about John. So So
also, it almost looks like they forget about Sasa. They just leave her tied up and they all leave.
Yeah. So anyway, Levi breaks it up. So. Then the threesome of Armin has to go out and talk about, their emotions basically, kind of like Armin wants to be like Mikasa, I think, right? Or was it Aaron saying that? I don't know.
I think they mean Aaron. I think that is Aaron talking. If you mean like on the page 29 in the check on the top. Yeah,
because it looks hard because there's bubbles on. I can't tell who they're pointing to.
Well, yeah, but if you notice, like Aaron's the only one with his mouth open.
Oh, yeah, because I see that. Yeah, because for a second there, it looked like Marvin's mouth was open, but at the same time, it's Aaron was already talking, so it just makes sense that he's just continuing. They talk about how they were made in different ways. Specifically, like
Armin remembers himself being bullied and kind of realized that he's kind of coming to his own now as well, I guess, and he's admits that they're right.
Yeah.
Who's that behind them? Is that in the shadows behind them?
Oh shit!
Is that just remembering something, or is that something else going on? I mean, because my first thought might be, but that might be like the guys on the next panel below, but they're coming from the other direction.
Yeah, no. Oh.
That's weird.
Oh no, that's I know. It's Levi.
Oh, okay, that's right. Because we see him in just a moment. I didn't realize he was at. But yeah, I just now spotted him.
Yeah, I know. Why would they? Why they made it? Why would they give a hint? I mean, it's not really doesn't do anything.
Anyway, I said then also like we see that like the two what are those the military police garrison. I forget what that symbol is. I just know that we know the girl. At least we saw her before. I think.
Yeah. Oh, we know the guy, right? The guy is the one who saved Eren originally from the Smiling Titan.
No, he died.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's they see him and then it turns into someone else.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's what's happening.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, they're remembering him.
They're remembering him.
Okay, I was thinking something else because I thought it was that was like the one girl like it was her and the guy kind of changed sides to help them during the whole Reeves thing, like the newspaper thing. But
yeah, well, no, that's not her. They're just remembering that other guy.
Okay, I didn't notice that before.
Yeah, they're just remembering him, and as he turns back into whoever the hell he was, and then it was just them, imagining him.
Yeah. And then they kind of start talk about their old dreams again, like of defeating the Titans, seeing what's beyond the wall, seeing this thing that they heard about called the ocean.
Yeah. And yeah, there's Levi in the background.
Mm-hmm. Kind of probably thinking themselves like what his dreams probably were. I bet.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that they made Levi. They gave a hint to Levi and then they revealed him in like literally the next two pages. I guess in a way you can say that it's actually I like this because what it does it's slowly revealing. It's not revealing him all at once. It's that you see a silhouette, then you see his legs, then you see him.
Yep.
And then you see his mouth, then you see him. So it's very slow. I actually kind of like that. It's a nice touch.
Yep. The next day, the operation's getting ready to start. Everyone's saluting each other. All the civilians are cheering them on. Let's take back Wall Maria. And they're like, how did they even find out about this? Because apparently, like, Reeves' son told everybody.
Yeah.
I guess I ordered the meat from the Reeves company. Damn it, Flegel.
Yeah, so everyone starts cheering, and then Erwin's getting hyped up because he's like, wow, this is a first. And he's actually the first one to be like, yeah!
Yeah.
As the leader.
I like that. I never was just staring on him. Huh, look at that.
Yeah, and then so he tries to get everyone's hopes up and more morale up, and hopes up was kind of mean, but like morale up, and to commence a final operation to retake Wall Maria. Yep. Why is it called Maria, not Maria? I don't know why they say Maria.
I was assuming it was Maria.
The dub calls him Maria for some reason, and I'm assuming the dub knows.
Probably that, or they're just taking their cue from the Japanese. Probably would pronounce like something Maria.
Yeah. Remember that this
Maria.
This is in German. Do Germans pronounce it any differently?
I don't know German well enough to say.
Yeah, because they, it's kind of this does take place in Germany, so some of the names might be try to sound German, but I don't know. Yep. So everyone gets the horses ready, and they move out, and of course, just I guess a few miles away, but still visible on the wall, are Bertold and Reiner.
Yep.
Waiting.
For what? We don't know, but he's there waiting. And
it says, I think this is interesting. It says, whether friend or foe, good or evil, the sun sets on us all before rising again. It's interesting that when they say friend or foe, so good or evil, I mean, you have to wonder, like, what are these guys' intentions? Are they? It's really interesting because would you say that they're bad guys? I mean,
we don't know enough to say. Like, we don't know about their reasons to say.
Because
they've caused a lot of death and destruction, but we don't know why. And there's a sense that they may not necessarily be doing it by their own will.
Yeah.
And as for what they're doing, I can't figure. Was it you who mentioned it, or was it maybe I saw it somewhere else? Who suggested that maybe they would be going after Annie with everyone else?
Nope,
that was you. Okay.
No, I'm taking all the credit. Don't you dare take it away from me.
Hey, I wasn't taking any credit. I just didn't remember if it was you or not.
Whoa, credit. The power.
Yeah, but then you use up all your credit. You end up like knee deep in debt. Like we gave you the credit for this, and you got it wrong.
Yeah, but what I mentioned on Twitter was that this could be the perfect chance for them to get Annie back, because that was the goal, right? He said like, let's get Annie back, the Ape Titan, and so with the Survey Corps going out to Wall Maria, it'll be the perfect chance for Bertold and Reiner to sneak in and get Annie out. Because there'd be no one else. Maybe then the military police are not as strong as the Survey Corps. This is the best chance. And so they'd be taking advantage of a great situation. And of course, what would happen is that maybe I'm thinking that the Beast Titan is there waiting for the Survey Corps, and he's going to distract them and keep them at bay to prevent them from returning or whatever. So that way Reiner and Bertold can get Annie without much trouble. And also the fact that here's the thing about the Beast Titans that he can control Titans, right? But he can do that. He can use them in a very tactical position. So he can really take advantage of these. Like,
it depends on how good his control is, because we know that the Titans can at least like either ignore or disobey him.
Did they ignore him originally?
Well, remember the first time we saw him was when he was talking to that one Survey Corps guy. He eventually fed to them. Like he told the Titan not to eat him because he had questions for him, but then the Titan kept trying to do it anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, maybe, but he might be able to use them in a way that I think is still tactically to his advantage. There we go. Tactically to his advantage, and then that would still be a lot of trouble for Eren and his friends because before, I mean, they faced Annie, they faced Reiner, but none of them control other Titans. They've exploited other Titans, like how Annie did when she called out to them. But nowhere has anyone before been able to use Titans the way the Beast Titan does. So one would have to wonder. And of course,
the closest thing we have to that would be the coordinate.
Yeah, and that's Eren. And of course, but even if Eren has more power, quote unquote, we can safely assume that the Beast Titan has more experience and he kind of knows what he's capable of.
And we don't even know if Eren can even willingly control them because he did that before in a fit of emotion.
Yeah, so just go all emo again. But we also know that he can beat Reiner to a bloody pulp. Mm-hmm. So he's stronger than the Armor Titan. You know what I'm thinking of is that Bertold is. Do you think I think he's the weakest of the trio, like the original three.
Which is Bertold? I can't remember. Is Bertold the Armor or the Colossal?
He's the Colossal.
Yeah, I think like he is in a way weak. It's like he's big, but he's slow. Like he's got the defense of being super hot when things get close to him, but that's about it.
Well, that's the thing though. Like the Colossal Titan it seems to me, is literally built for one purpose: breaking down the walls. Other than that, he's way too slow to do anything else. Because remember, Eren almost beat him like the first time. If it wasn't for his ability to transmit steam and disappear, Eren would have gotten him. He's way too slow, and which I think was one of the reasons why Bertold hasn't changed into the Colossal yet, because it's just not practical to become the Colossal Titan at this point. Yeah, but actually, it does make sense, right? And I think Annie is the strongest because she's the quickest, she's the most skilled in combat, and she seems to exhibit a lot of intelligence. That the Armor Titan's like in between. He's bigger and he's more like built for the being strong and breaking down the gates. But I don't think he's as powerful as Annie, or in terms of skill and all that. I think I just mentioned about that. I think I like that. I like that type of team. Because it really builds off their weaknesses and strengths.
Right, like we have like Bertold, the Colossal Titan, who's like just big and powerful. Got Annie, who's like smart and quick, and you got the other one who's like good in combat because he's really defensive.
Well, yeah. If you think about it, the Colossal Titan is really slow compared to the Titans. Mm-hmm. Like all the Titans are known for being unpredictably fast, but the Colossal Titan could, it's just like I was watching the anime again, and the Colossal Titan really was super slow. So yeah, because it seems to me that he's just built for that one thing. But
yeah, because enough rank and file Titans could probably still do some damage to him too.
Yeah, and also he doesn't have the same protection as the Armor Titan. Like you could probably injure him from many points. Because he only has enough skin. That's the thing about him. It's like everything he had, his skin, like everything he could possibly put into his size. I think is he already did.
Kind of like the King Titan.
Yeah, like he was all about size and didn't have anything else. But unlike the King Titan, I think he was the Colossal Titan, is a little smarter, and he was.
Because the King Titan hadn't eaten anybody. He was like just brute.
Well, the thing about Bertold you can assume is that he injected it into his blood rather than the King Titan who licked it.
Yeah.
And then of course he didn't actually put as much effort into just pure size. He was doing it as much size as possible without being the King Titan, basically.
Yeah.
Actually have a face.
Well, he wasn't scraping against the ground the entire time.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like it just seemed like the King Titan was mostly about pure size rather than anything.
Yeah. That does seem to be the case when you bring it up.
I think they also mentioned he was missing a lot of things. Like I think his legs were short and stubby.
I forget that. I can't remember that. I don't remember that one per se myself. I mean, all the Titan ships seem to be like fairly proportional.
Well, yeah, but the reason why the King Titan was different was because
Oh, King Titan. Yeah, King Titan. Yeah, I thought you were still talking about the Colossal Titan. Just
no, I'm talking about the King. It was like because the King Titan not only did he lick it, so he didn't actually inject it into his skin, but that a lot of the organs and like other stuff that the other Titans would have, he didn't create because it was everything. All the energy was literally just put into size. But yeah, so are they using King Titan again? Because I swear to God, so that's like the best term we made.
I don't really see. Well, at least on TV tropes, I've never seen anyone call him the King Titan. I think they're calling him like the Rice Titan or the Rod Rice's Titan.
Why are they not? I mean, it makes so much. It's a pun. Like,
yes,
it's like the perfect pun. Why don't they do it?
I don't know.
Are they too good?
Not
for
really
it?
so much a pun, just a really appropriate nickname. But yeah, still.
Well, like I was thinking about like king sized.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't really have a whole lot to say about the chapter myself. Like it's a good like breather chapter before we head into our next big thing. I think.
Yeah. Well, what I like about it, I think I mentioned this on Twitter, was that it moves the story a lot. Like we have one chapter now, we're getting into the next part of now the Titan shifters are probably going to attack, and we're actually going to do the Walmart shit. Okay, there's like we're not playing around anymore. There's no more infighting. It's now there's one enemy and we're going for it.
Yep, we're gonna take that wall back or die trying.
Yep. Okay.
Yep, and that's pretty much where we are at the end of this chapter 72 of Attack on Titan, the night of the operation. Like I said, this has been Zeidoktor, a typical manga fan, just kind of giving you our own thoughts and opinions on what we tell you about the chapter. If there's anything else you want to say, let us know in the comments. In the meantime, go ahead and take us away.
Bye.